I want to discuss today, in the context of the discipline of Triadic philosophy, because Triadic philosophy is not merely a way of thinking in threes using the triad: reality, ethics, aesthetics. It is also a discipline which assumes that you're going to spend a half hour, roughly, a day, maybe walking, maybe doing some form of solitary discipline in which you can meditate within yourself. And I'm discussing now using the prayer that I use, but I want to deal with the whole issue of Jesus in Triadic philosophy, religion, and so forth and so on, in the following way. It is post-religion, Triadic philosophy. Triadic philosophy does not endorse, believe in, or accept the inherited traditional creedal mode of presenting what Jesus was about. I think Jesus was about changing the world and everyone in it, and enabling everybody in the world to access Abba within. But in order to proclaim this, in order to get this across, in order to move to a new stage of history, in order to move beyond the ponderous theologians and theological presumptions of the past, what are we going to do? We have to be willing to explain that when we use the term Abba to access the ultimate ground of being, reality, we could use any word. This is a word that Jesus gave people to use. It's not the name of whatever the name is. That name is locked in mystery. That name is locked exactly in the sort of flames of the burning bush that went up in flames when Moses had the impertinence to ask, what's your name? I am who I am, I will be who I will be, is the apposite, correct answer to that question. That is to say, if I am Islamic, I might use Allah in my daily Triadic philosophy half hour. If I'm an Eskimo, might have another name. If I'm an African American, I might have another name. If I'm anybody, I might have another name, or no name, or whatever. There is no formula now for the spiritual life that anyone can give you with the kind of authority that you see represented on various venues. So I want to suggest that Jesus can only be relevant in a full sense to what is happening when he is liberated from the straitjacket created by the creeds about him. The creeds about Jesus essentially lift from the shoulders of humankind any responsibility whatsoever for doing good in the world. In a sort of penumbra of forgiveness called grace, all are somehow exempt from any need to reflect, to become conscious about what life is, or what is asked of us. And this, of course, is the dilemma that has hounded the church and created all kinds of misery as people have tried to fathom what all this means when it's put into a theological creedal context. Well, Triadic philosophy is based on Abba's way, seeing Abba as the one with whom we can communicate. Why? Because Jesus communicated in this way and showed us how, using a very simple prayer. Abba, whose home in heaven is hallowed, and holy is your name, and so forth and so on. Now, getting this out and getting it across and getting it, even in the liberal precincts. I went to Union Theological Seminary in New York, and even in such precincts, you still have the stilted linguistics of the theological patrimony, really. I was there during the golden age of that. Well, I'll tell you something. Move beyond it. It is the universalism that is necessary to a resolution of the world's problems that partially powers Triadic philosophy, this effort to arrive at a way by which ordinary people can access the values within themselves, the tolerance, the helpfulness, the democracy, the non-idolatry. This is what it's all about. We are at the threshold of what Jacques Derrida called the unprecedented, and the unprecedented is the reclamation of the individual and the widening of the individual into a social being. That's what's going on. That's what's happening now. So I add this little video as a parenthetical footnote to the first little video about Abba, whose home in heaven is. How can we talk about Jesus and Abba in a way that makes it possible for me to talk to the person who may be knee-deep into another religion? Well, I'd say get out. Get out of being knee-deep in your religion if it, like my religion, has all kinds of baggage to it that makes its universal application almost impossible. But this is why we need to have more than one video, right? Thank you for listening.